Call the meeting to order, and since I can't read anything, I'll pass things along to Larry.
Okay. First order of business is a review and approve the minutes of April 5th. Any comments on the minutes?
I was not present, so I will abstain.
Okay.
I will also.
Me too.
I'll be a fourth.
And we don't have enough to vote. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 4. No, we do. We have 8.
You just said that, yeah.
Have a motion?
Motion. Oh. Sorry, Mr. Chairman.
I'll make a motion.
Second?
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded to approve the minutes from April 5th. All those in favor say aye. Aye.
Next item is the timeline and the calendar. There are really no changes, but just a few quick updates. The Board of Selectmen on Monday night approved the GMP budget for the project, so we're through with that piece of work. And driving in, you'll see the beginnings of the start of construction with the delivery and setup of the fencing. And the first day trade folks will be on site will be Saturday morning. The abatement contractor will be on site to start to set up his containment in the AP room. And then the following Monday, they will begin work taking care of the abatement in the AP room, which will roll into the cafeteria.
I'd also like to let everybody know that erosion control is in place for Phase 1 and it's been signed off by Raleigh Conservation.
Awesome.
Any questions about what to expect when you come back?
Just be patient.
Okay, very good. The next order of business on the agenda are the non-trade bids. In front of us tonight, we have two: letter of recommendation 12 and letter of recommendation 13. Letter of recommendation 12 is for the signage that will be on the interior of the building for all the rooms, classrooms, closets, mechanical spaces. The project was bid to 3 sign companies, and the low bidder was Back Bay Sign. Their bid does take into consideration all the updates that have been issued on the project to date as it relates to signage, and the budget amount is under the projected amount by $8,798. Does any? Yep, go ahead.
Yes, is this what I've been known through, that has been referred to as Division 10?
Yes, absolutely.
Because this is very important after the project, because we need to sometimes regroup with these people for alterations and, a few years down the road. So,
Sure.
okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions?
Motion to approve LOR 10? 13.
12.
I'll give you one of those. Motion's been made and seconded to approve LOR 12. All those in favor say aye. Aye.
The next LOR is 13, which is for landscaping and some play equipment and structures. Not all of it. There's still a portion to buy out as it relates to that. If you look at the leveling sheet, which is the third sheet, it has the scope that's included in these numbers. for instance, the pavement markings, they're the ones that are relating to us to the play area. There's still other pavement markings that are part of, they're part of the site work. Again, three companies responded to the inquiry for pricing. The low bidder,
Manual Inc.
Was $40,287 under the 90% budget.
Questions?
I don't know if it makes any difference, but there's a typo in the subject line.
Where is it?
In the subject line, instead of turf, it says top.
You're not going to make me revise that for a typo.
Noted for the
Everyone
minute.
knows what you mean.
I did spell it right down below.
Motion to disapprove.
Motion to strike is what it's on.
I have a question. This is for all of the landscaping, all of the site work in the front and the playground? And like everything, is that,
It's plantings, pavers, benches, softball field.
Okay.
The garden.
but this doesn't happen to the last phase?
Correct.
Okay.
But we're going to try to, we do need to have him on board. We're going to try to do as much as we can in the administration space. Although landscaping may be difficult in the front, but
Yep.
we're going to get the concrete in. We may have to box some things out when the kids come back to school in September, but it would be a nice goal to have him on board and ready to go if we have that an extra week in there.
Great, thanks.
And it includes the playground? No?
It does
No,
not include the
that's-
play
that's-
equipment.
that's separate.
That's another buy that I have to do.
It does include site irrigation?
Yes,
for
it
some
does.
fields.
Yep.
And to the garden?
Yes,
That's
there's
for the irrigation, yep.
a hose, actually, no, there's a hose bib being supplied to the garden from the plumber.
Correct.
So there's a pipe that comes out of the north wing here and a feed into that garden, or actually, it might even come out here in the middle of these two wings that feeds. There's a hose bib in there that will provide you.
Right, but
The
the garden's
spigot.
being relocated way out that way.
Correct.
Yep.
I'm
So
not
on the
sure
shed,
exactly
It's
where
on the shed, that's
It's on
what I
the
was
shed, there's a
remembering,
hose
yeah,
bib.
okay.
But yes, there's the plumber is responsible to bring the water out to that.
Yep.
I think, isn't there a backstop on the softball field right now?
Yeah. And then we'll-
Is that going to be, is
That-
that
that-
just not included in this particular one? Because I didn't see it in the list. It has benches
Then
and
I
stuff like
list.
that, but I didn't see the backstop.
No, the backstop is fencing.
Oh, okay.
Buy another sub.
Got it.
Trust me, I feel your pain.
LOR 23, right?
Yeah, no. Probably with an LOR of 60.
Okay.
Any other questions?
Yes, does the 842,000 also represent those things that aren't covered in the bid?
I'm not following.
Well, you said that there's some things that are not covered in the 802,000.
Everything
Are
that's.
we
Oh,
comparing,
sorry.
in other words, are we comparing apples to apples?
Yeah.
Yes, there are select items that are included in the 802, that there is another line item in the budget for those items. So it actually leaves more for the remaining amounts.
Okay.
So in other words, early on, we developed scope of work. We developed scope of works for each trade. We listed, and they're in here. There's like the play equipment. That's a specialty. So we took the specialty items and made another bucket. And those, so we did scope letters for those, and we developed scopes of work for that. But we put that money aside. The money is still in our budget to buy,
Okay.
but not part of this budget.
Okay.
Any other?
Motion to approve.
Motion has been made and seconded to approve LOR 13. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Just wanted to add, and correct me if I'm wrong, the goal is still to have this job all bought out by the end of the month.
No.
Okay, no?
The end of May.
Okay.
I got a 3-week reprieve to get a breath.
Okay.
No, I have until the end of May.
Okay.
I
John,
begged for that.
John, last time John had made that statement, so I just wanted to.
Yeah, this week we talked about it, and
Okay.
we have to concentrate on getting mobilized out here, so.
That's fine, just want to
Yep.
understand where we're at.
Right.
Okay. Future meeting dates. Right now, we have on the calendar the 26th of April. Yeah, I think we did that last time. You gonna need the 26th?
Can we table that? Because if I can buy the rest of this in that time frame, I can let you know by Monday.
Okay.
Let me just look at what I have
No,
left
that's
and
fine.
see if we can do it.
Okay.
The earlier we buy all this stuff out, the better off the project is, so.
Okay.
What day is that?
26th.
2 weeks from today.
2 weeks from today. Not next week, the following.
Right.
week.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Is
say
our next meeting on the board is,
60 no,
Debbie?
40 maybe.
the board is
That's fine.
23rd. Right.
Okay.
No meeting on Monday?
Town meeting on Monday, the 30th.
Okay.
Any other new business? Folks all set?
Any other?
Okay.
No other? Chris? No?
I don't have anything. Do you have anything? I mean, we have the construction meetings
Yeah,
happening
I
on
can
Fridays.
save mine
You
for
wanna-
the construction meeting.
Go ahead.
Yeah, It's just, yeah, it's just, housekeeping local
Yep.
items.
I'm all
We'll
set.
bring it up tomorrow.
We should get into a once-a-month rotation.
We will. We're going to peg it towards
Make a motion to adjourn.
acquisition.
Just before you,
Yeah.
what the plan is that the building committee as a group will meet once a month during construction. There is a construction group meeting every Friday morning. But this committee will meet once a month,
Starting in May.
starting in May.
Yeah,
For this group.
this group.
Status of the working group, are we still meeting as a working group?
Tuesdays?
Yeah.
I thought we had talked about rolling in the
Tuesdays
working
to
group
Fridays.
as part of Friday, since just
Works
about
for
the
me.
entire group is
Yeah.
is there. I think the only person
Makes sense.
That type of work, which was more design oriented, and those types of
Yeah,
decisions
we're already by
will start
that.
to wane,
We're by that, yeah.
right? And we're just going to be starting to wrap up, all of the other procurements that we've been talking about. We'll still have to do that, but I think that could be a little bit more catch as catch can.
Understood.
But do that on Fridays. Yeah, I agree.
I'd like to put something on the table. So construction meetings are on Friday mornings at 9 o'clock, which requires the attendance of myself, Michelle or Brian, obviously Chris Walsh, and Frank Janvrin. Every 2 to 3 weeks, the superintendent holds a leadership meeting on Friday mornings from 9 to noon, typically. And those meetings have been on our calendar for almost 2 years. Is there any way on the day that Michelle, Brian, and I could not make that meeting
we were going to talk about
that tomorrow?
We
Okay.
wanted to talk about that. That was one of my suggestions. We just, if they are a regularly set day and we can project it out, I think it's easy enough to just adjust our meeting and shift the hours.
That goes the same for us. Christine,
Well, we have
Safety
safety committee
Committee,
meetings,
and I
yeah.
chair two that are on Fridays, alternating also.
Okay, well,
but-
then, since it's no longer just one meeting, we should flesh it out tomorrow morning. Put them all out there and look at what it does and see if Friday
Right, and if this moves forward into next year with Friday mornings at 9 o'clock, with the exception of the superintendent's meeting, I'm happy to reschedule
Reschedule.
safety committee meetings to a different
Same with
time.
myself.
But
Okay.
I can't speak for the superintendent.
Let's see how everybody's schedules will mesh or won't mesh.
Okay.
We already
But we'll-
started looking at that also. If we needed to do that once a month, to go into 1 o'clock, I mean, ideally, an early meeting on a Friday is best for everybody if we can get away with it, but, yeah, and if once a month we needed to shift to 1 o'clock, that's great. We can do that.
Okay, great.
But we're going to get, I thought we were going to do weekly updates as the construction goes along until September of 19.
We are.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
So once a month, the time will switch, but the meeting will
Okay.
still be weekly.
Right.
Okay.
When Brian Forget has his leadership meeting, we would potentially have it in the afternoon on that day.
Absolutely.
Brian or I will be.
I had a question that I saw come up. I don't know if you saw that, Nurse, as well. There were some people asking about what type of, if it's a quarry or if it's federal check for all the construction workers.
Corey.
So it's quarry, which is the same thing that the school, so it's through Massachusetts.
Brian
We
is
actually run
overseeing-
them.
We run
My
them.
office runs them.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay. So that's the information we should give the parents. It's just a
And the
quarry being run,
green sticker
right?
on
With
their
the
hat.
So I
Yeah.
met with Walter today about the stickers because he said he had a safety training meeting yesterday. He's got another one coming up. Walter McLeod, as you know, is the project superintendent. He showed me the 2 different packages of stickers. Quarries have already been being sent through to central office. Starting next week, people who will be on site, there's a green sticker that says that they are quarried, and I forget what the brown sticker.
The brown is safety orientation.
Safety trained. So he showed me what the stickers look like. I will get a copy of those stickers and I will send it out to the staff so you know what to look for on the hard hats.
Just so you know, they're numbered.
Right.
So the quarries are actually numbered, so when they come, I submit the quarries to Brian's office. If we don't hear anything, that means they're good. If we hear something, that means there's an issue and they get flagged. It's already happened
not
a
on the
few
campus.
times. Just, and they're not allowed on the campus.
at any time of day, because that was
Any
the other
time
thing.
of day.
Ever.
Ever.
They won't be on the job.
period.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
And as we hand these stickers out, we record which number is on their sticker that's going to be on their hard hat, so we can easily identify anybody.
What I said to Walter today, all eyes in this building will be watching because teachers do look out their windows and they're very protective of this campus, so.
That was a headline story last night on most of the
Yes.
local news.
Yes.
Elementary school with a level 3.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what someone
Yeah.
shared the article on the site and was like, oh, have we thought about this with the
Very
project?
similar circumstance
Oh, yeah.
and project that we're going through. but-
So I think the big question, which I was going to ask Michelle about afterwards, that was what happens if something happens over the New Hampshire border? Is that caught by the quarry or not? Because obviously there's going to be some workers who are not necessarily Massachusetts residents.
No, it is not. It's only Massachusetts.
Sorry, though, at least.
State.
Sorries for any of our employees that work with children or the elderly. So we do the quarry and the sorry for those sets of
Okay.
employees, and that will capture sex offenses out of Massachusetts
Mm-hmm.
as well.
We're not just we're not just checking sex offenses. There's also
Right.
other things like weapons and
Yeah.
drugs.
But it's still just in Massachusetts,
Yeah.
and we're
Right.
very close
I
to
know
the
the
border.
quarry is basically set up for sex for that, but
You're gonna have to get a set of your glasses.
I don't know if you've done quarries
No, we haven't.
in New Hampshire. We have. It's
Does it take?
paper-driven, it takes a long time.
So the sorry
We have
is
employees that
good.
work in,
too.
and some of those subcontractors that live in New Hampshire, we find that it's maybe worthwhile to do the New Hampshire code. It takes some time, we're just
Yeah.
Are we swearing people now or not?
No, we're not. Because we're fingerprinting all employees, so that captures
Oh, okay.
nationwide. So we don't typically do that. We're not going to require every contractor to be fingerprinted because it's a long process. But we could certainly look into the stories, definitely.
I had a conversation with the superintendent today about this, and he couldn't be here tonight, but he said he's taking this very, very seriously, and if anyone in the community has questions about the quarries, please contact him directly.
he's been great. He's
Yeah.
been keeping me informed
Yeah.
and letting me know what. not giving me all of the details, but he's given me enough details to make me
Yeah.
say, oh.
Okay.
Yeah. Absolutely. And I just want to add that a school, the school level quarry that we can access is much more in depth than any other agency can do it. Say if they were going to run the quarries themselves. So we see a lot more. We see any charge rather than just a conviction on a quarry. So
And then, from what I understand, the turnaround time is very quick now.
usually yes.
Yes.
Yeah, typically it's within hours.
That's what Brian told me.
Yes.
Anything else? Motion?
I guess reluctantly, I'll give it to you. I wanted to extend the meeting till 8:30.
Oh, come on.
Thanks, Larry.
We'll miss the fight.
Second?
Oh,
We have a motion to adjourn. It's
they
been
playing again
seconded. All
tonight?
those
Yeah.
in favor? Aye. Thank you all for coming.
Guys.